I was scrolling through my videos a few days ago and I realized I've never done a tutorial on how to do a slappy nose slide, which is insane because it's one of my most favorite skateboard tricks ever. Also, wow, it is great weather today. Let's hope it lasts. Oh yeah, but anyways, here's how to do a slappy nose slide. So the slappy nose slide is actually extremely easy to learn. Don't be intimidated, because we can really take this as slow as you want to in really small baby steps. The first thing you want to do is get yourself a nice curb or the side of a mani pad. If you're really scared, get a rough curb so you won't slip out just in case. I have a mani pad over here at the skate park, and I have a little curb on the other side of the skate park. The thing that's great about slappy nose slides is that you don't really need to know any other tricks to learn this. No ollies, nothing. You don't even need to learn how to kick turn. But if you really want to, a skill that's also extremely fun to learn is the frontside power slide. It has a similar momentum and will definitely make this trick easier to learn. So the first thing we're going to do is practice some slappy nose stalls. Starting off, you want to make sure your feet are as wide as possible, having your feet right on the nose and right on the tail. You want to keep them pretty parallel. Don't slant your feet because you want to have the most steady position to get on and off your curb. A thing that I like to tell people is that you can practice this little penguin walk if you want to do a slappy nose slide, because it helps you get control with rocketing your board, which is how you actually get into a slappy nose stall, because all you really have to do is lift up your nose a little bit and use the foot on your nose to stomp down onto the curb. After that, you kind of just step off the curb and it just rolls away. Perfect. Sorry if I'm squinting my eyes a lot, by the way. It is pretty sunny. You want to keep on practicing these until you got them pat down. They're also really fun because you can really do whatever you want with them. Little kick turns, freestyle sex change tricks. I had a lot of fun with these styles when I first learned them. Something I forgot to mention is that when you get on your board, you usually end up going like this. You want to be shuffling your front foot there and your back foot over here in order to get into the right position. And when riding into the curb, you might want to lean back a little bit so that you don't go over the curb and fall off. This is an especially useful tip when you're just figuring out how fast you want to go, especially if you're going too fast. If you lean back a little bit, when your body pushes forward, you'll just end up on top of it instead of across the floor. After you're done with that, you want to step it up a little bit. Instead of going straight onto nose stall, you want to try and get on at an angle. You want to head towards the curb at around 45 degrees and try to turn your board to land back onto that curb, and then you can either 180 out, which is the natural way that your board wants to come out of, or you can just step back down normally and do a kick turn to regular. Whatever fits for you. Personally, when I do this, I just like to do 180 out because it just seems natural that way, but whatever's comfortable for you when you first learn it. This will be a little bit harder, especially since you have to turn into it instead of getting straight on, but just remember, it's still the same amount of lift you need to do for your nose, and everything is pretty much the same. You just need to build up the confidence to turn into it a little bit and you're good. So if you're having some trouble doing the nose stall at an angle, go back to the straightforward one and keep doing that until you feel confident to do it at an angle. It just started raining. This is great. I guess this was the reason it wasn't scorching hot today, because it was raining. Whoa. Anyways, I also wanted to mention that if you can do a slappy nose slide, then you could probably do a normal nose slide as long as you know how to do an ollie and a frontside 180. Because they've got all the same steps and it feels really similar. You're just popping your board a little bit. I never really learnt a normal nose slide. When I wanted to try a normal nose slide, I just did it because it's essentially the same thing, but with a bit of pop. Congratulations, you know how to do a normal nose slide. 2 tricks for the price of 1. The floor is still extremely wet, but Ness hit me up, so we're gonna head over to Uptown Waterloo and hopefully it dries. After you've got those down really good, you're feeling confident, we want to move on to the actual slappy nose slide. Make sure you got a block of wax for this, by the way.
Like a big van.
Boom, we're here at Waterloo Skate Park and it's finally dry. Yeah.
Ooh, I did a rain dance and it went away.
Has it been wet? I've been, I don't know.
Yeah, it's wet. I absolutely love that. You should get Justin's clip, a clip of him doing his really cool thing he was doing.
Yeah, didn't Justin make a trick that he landed yet?
Yeah.
He landed it?
Oh, you mean the other day?
No, he's doing the freaking power shove.
Yeah.
Did he land it yet?
No.
Well, me and Ness are going street skating, so let's go. Whee. You probably want to move away from your rough curb. Generally at the skate park, things are already pretty waxed up and slippery. Unless the obstacle really needs it, don't wax it that much, or else you might slip out and die. You want to make sure you wax the top of it, which is where your nose is going to be. Wax the edge of it, because that's where the most contact's going to be. And some people don't know this, but when doing nose slides and tail slides, you want to wax the side of it as well, because that's where your truck is going to have contact with on the ledge, curb. Now it's basically the same thing as doing a nose stall at an angle, but you're going to want to be parallel with the obstacle you're going to be doing the trick on, so you'll have to turn your body even more than you do with the sideways nose stall. And you definitely want to be going a little bit faster. What? And honestly, it's just commitment. You want to stand on top of that ledge and just ride it out as long as you can, and then once you feel like you're losing momentum, roll away. Good job! You've done it! A slappy nose slide. If your board is sticking a lot and you're not sliding, instead of waxing the obstacle, try to wax your board a little bit. You want to be waxing the areas that will have contact with the obstacle. Most of the nose, the area closest to the truck usually, a little bit of the truck. If you're still sticking after that and you've put a ton of wax, chances are you just need a little bit of commitment, or you either need to turn your body more. Doing slappy tricks, you want to slam into it a little. If you start off parallel with it and then turn into it, chances are you're not going to slide. So you just need a little bit of practice, and trust me, you will land it.